Yo, what's going on, everybody? So yeah, you read the title, and now we're going to be talking about Oathbreaker. Now, I think Oathbreaker is probably one of the most overrated feats in the entire game. Nearly every day on Reddit, I see some kind of post about reworking Oathbreaker, and while the post itself isn't bad, I think generally the comments seem to very much overvalue this feat, instead of just saying it like it is, like it's just an annoying feat. That's why people want it reworked. But overall, in terms of actual strength, the feat is definitely, while it's good, it's not nearly as good as some people put it as like the best tier 3 in the game. Now, while Oathbreaker is good at, doing something in a gank, say this person gets revenge, and it's definitely good in MM when you have random teammates just feeding venge all the time. Overall, the feat is not nearly as versatile as other tier 3s can be. See, like in a gank, you're probably gonna win the gank anyways. Like most people aren't gonna anti-gank nearly at all. So you just wait the 7 seconds of revenge and kill them instead of just wasting a tier 3, right? What Oathbreaker is actually good at is killing people quickly, so they can't have just a person rotating in every couple of seconds. But it does have a somewhat long cooldown for how it isn't crazy versatile, because the feat can only be used in a gank. It can't really be used as some kind of feat to ascertain an advantage after getting a renown advantage, you know? So, like, say the BP's doing well. Okay, what do? You get Oathbreaker. Alright, now what does that do? It doesn't do anything to help you in a 1v1. Or, it doesn't do really anything to help you in a team fight. Like, you're more renowned than anybody else on the map, but you can't do anything unless it comes down to a very specific situation when you're ganking somebody. That by itself does not help you get a huge advantage. Now, compare that to something like Longbow, which Longbow, it can help you get an advantage in a team fight. You pair that with Inspire, now you have a 60 damage bow. You know, like, a feat like that can really help. It can kill people that are low health. It can do something in a 1v1, get a heavy parry, and then longbow somebody. It can do something in ganks, because if somebody gets down, like, low health, and you just do a longbow on your recovery, or you have a teammate confirm it, then they're dead. And it basically does the job of Oathbreaker and far, far more. Fury, I can go on the amount of tier 3s that have so much more impact on a game than Oathbreaker does. Now, let's get to why Oathbreaker is, like, even considered good at all. And that, in my opinion, is definitely because it counters other tier 4s like Umbral Shelter and Phalanx. Well, it doesn't counter them for everybody, it counters them on one person. So if you really need to kill somebody quickly, and say you have something like Fury Flask and the enemy has Phalanx, you just pop an Oathbreaker on them, throw a Fury Flask, kill somebody, and then you're fine, you know? Maybe you can even kill the BP before his shield just starts regenning, and then they can all, like, his entire team gets that shield. So, in that sense, it's pretty good at countering some kind of feats, but if you have to wait to use your tier 3 until the enemies get to tier 4, then it's not giving you a big advantage most of the game when you get to tier 3. Honestly, I don't think this feat is nearly as good as people make it out to be. People make it out to be like one of the best tier 3s in the game, which it's really not. Alright, anyways, so is this feat good? Yes, this feat is pretty good at, like I said, well, sometimes you really need it for a gank, and that can be really nice, but sometimes you just need it to, help deal with somebody with Phalanx and Umbral. While not completely, it can somewhat deal with. Using a tier 3 to counter a tier 4, it does have somewhat long cooldown for its versatility, but overall, if does this feat need a rework? Maybe. The feat's annoying, people don't like it, people really, really don't like this feat. Like, it's probably the most complained about feat in the entire game. But overall, I don't think it's that strong, but a rework could be considered.